Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. The Witchy Goth here, hope you're doing well. Today's video, I'm responding to some of the comments that appeared on my channel, on my video about the flag shaggers and the hypocrisy of men against violence against women and girls and how they perceive it. So I've talked about this quite a lot recently. Not that I want to have to talk about this, I would much rather talk about other things. Unfortunately, what's happening at the moment, as we know, is the protesters who are stood outside of migrant and asylum seeker hotels seem to believe that the only people that grape and SASV women are migrants, those of a different skin colour. But the facts tell a completely different story, and I shall link rape crisis figures and the British government figures into the description box below. So those of you who want to go and have a look at the actual true figures and not the stuff that is made up by the media, the government and those on the far right who want to create this racist abuse, then you can go and have a look and see the truth. The truth is that the majority, as I've said before, of grape, SASV, DV in the United Kingdom is perpetrated by somebody known to the victim. That is generally a partner or a family member or an ex-partner. The fact is that white British men are more likely to commit grape than a migrant or asylum seeker. And one of the comments that I received was, I asked somebody, I was getting all these comments, men were very triggered, and I was getting all these comments, oh, but I'm not like that. Fair enough, perhaps you aren't, I don't know, because I'm not in your life. And this one person said, well, I'm the father of four young children, he said. Later I found out that 3 were girls and 1 was a boy. And they weren't young, the girls were married and the boy was at university. And you can go and read these comments. I'll link the video into the description box below as well, so you can go and read these comments in the comments section. Click on newest first, because some of them may not show up because they are quite, abusive. One of them told me that I need to be noosed. Water off a dog's back. But my point is that I'm trying to get across to these people the truth of the situation, that all women and girls are at risk from all men, not just men of a specific ethnicity or skin colour, but all men. So I said to this man, speak to your daughters. Find out, have they experienced any of these things, such as catcalling, such as upskirting, such as groping, such as unwanted attention from a man. He never came back to me. Perhaps he found that they had experienced it. I don't know. But somebody called England UK 01 was quite triggered by this, and I later went on to discuss how I have been through several different types of SASV, DV and grape in my life from many different men, not just one man, many different men, but each and every single one of them has been white. So I said, yes, I have. Men catcalling from their cars when I was in my school uniform at the age of 14, being groped in public in daylight, a group of 16-year-old teenagers harassing and chasing me through the local wood, my ex-partner trying to grape and unalive me, flashers, and now men coming onto my videos threatening to unalive me and tell me my lived experience is wrong. Time you wake up and look at your friends around you, because at least one of them will be an abuser. They hide it well. Every single woman I know, and it's in the thousands from around the world, because yes, I have travelled, has in some way been abused by a man. So England UK.01 replied, I'm really sorry you've had a terrible time with abuse. I apologise for some comments I made. And thank you, England UK01. I do appreciate that. However, your apology is not necessary, because I know that you actually feel those things. Perhaps now that I've explained my side of things and what I've experienced, but you will feel those things about other women. But you just can't whitewash all men with the same brush. But that's what the protesters are doing. They are whitewashing all migrants with the same brush. The hypocrisy is right there. And that was in the title of this video, the hypocrisy. You actually inferred a guy with 4 kids is a possible molester. Now, what I said was, when he first commented, I said, and there we go, there's a perpetrator outing themselves. And I look at this, and pretty much the vast majority of men who have come on here have been there to abuse me, because I'm an easy target. They don't have to leave their house to abuse me. They can do it online. And yes, some of these comments have been handed to the relative authorities, just in case, you know. You can't just throw that out there. And yet these protesters are throwing it out there. I hope your life improves and you meet a good man who can show you that most men are not abusers. Sorry to tell you this, but most men are abusers. And no, I don't want a man in my life. I'm quite happy on my own, being single and living my life to the best possible level that I can. Sorry, I'm just going to scroll through here and see if I can find some more interesting comments. Harry Constantine 7510. I don't know how you appeared on my feed. It's a complete waste of time listening to you, and there is no point arguing with you because you have been completely brainwashed. Brainwashed by who? My own experience has brainwashed me? And somebody called Psyop actually made a comment, but that seems to have disappeared. He may have deleted it from here. But somebody called Psyop was actually commenting on quite a few different comments that had been made on here. And he had claimed that the migrants were all grapists, SASV, deviers. And I asked him, and you know this how? Isn't it innocent until proven guilty? The case is ongoing, and making assumptions, well, makes you look like an ass, which I am sure you are. And if it was a white man who had been accused by a woman, it would be our false accusation, and they would be innocent until proven guilty. And that's what's happened with Andrew Tate, with Johnny Depp, with Russell Brand, and so many other people who are famous who have been accused of this kind of behaviour. Sorry, it seems like some of the comments have vanished from here. But yeah, go and have a look, go and have a read of those comments and see what you think. Just see what you think. Maybe you agree with some of them. Maybe you don't. You know, there's a whole load of comments on here. Oh, here's a good one. Is this a man or a woman? Ha 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 face. Christian anti-pagan. So this person is a Christian. Is John Fagan -DC2RH. He's obviously a Christian. He's anti-pagan, anti-feminist, anti-communist, anti-illegals movement. Britain first, fighting back. Okay, so they're there to protect women and girls, but he's anti-feminist. The hypocrisy, again, do you see? This is a recurring theme that is evident through all of this. Sorry guys, I'm just having a look. Oh yeah, you're deluded. This is from Andy Bennett -JP9 or J9P, sorry. You're deluded like that Billie Eilish moose. You don't get catcalled, you're a minger, and you're gutted because you're a disgusting overweight monster. Ha ha ha, keep crying, Mrs. Ming Ming. Yeah, Andy, I have been catcalled many times. And I was overweight. I am perhaps slightly horizontally challenged at the moment, but I run 5Ks every day. So yeah, I don't really know Billie Eilish's music. So yeah. Then Psycho Sven 69 says they do more to protect women and children than you do with your witch larping. Never ever take foreigners' side against your own people again. So this person's telling me what to do, like obviously a man telling me what to do. I will do what I want. I have bodily and autonomy, and I have the freedom to do what I want. No, they don't do more to protect women and children than I do. That is my life's work, is to protect women and children from the harm that men inflict. And yeah, witch larping. It's just, yeah, I am a witch. I've been a witch for 30 plus odd years now. I don't witch larp. Every day of my life I'm a witch. This person, Psycho Sven 69, goes on to say, I'm the one who's like this with the UDUG, don't know what that is, Hull, amateur LARP witch. I poop on your crystals, your stupid tarot cards. I represent real demonic evil. Now do as you're told. Again, another threat. Oh, and then we start with the grooming gangs. Now, I've been asked several times why I've not covered the grooming gangs. It is something that I want to cover in the future. There is a huge amount of research for me to do in that, so it will be something that I will probably release later on in the year or early next year as a series. I start studying again next month, my psychology degree. So yeah, it is something that I do want to address and talk about, because the vast majority of grooming gangs in the United Kingdom are, you guessed it, run by white British men and women. Let me go through this because I want to find something from a lady called Claire, which was about, oh yeah, and then Cooperman 67 says, you're and idiot, you're without the apostrophe RE. Feminism is a major issue too. To whom? Not to women. Not to women. It's an issue for men because men don't like women having freedoms. They want women to be subservient, to stay in the house, to stay in the kitchen, and to